This is a video response to a video by Calvaryishere09. It's the one that kicked off the whole beef between him and Mr. Monstrosity. It's called Tiger Woods and His Hero Wife Ellen, Selling Out Tiger Part 1. Now before I get off into this video, I just want to say that I've never spoken with Calvary09. I don't really have a problem with him. I don't really agree with his videos or like the tone of them, but I mean, that's his thing. But anyway, I went through and listened to his video that he made about Tiger Woods, and some of the things he says in the video I either want to counter or just add another perspective on. First, you start off by saying that you felt that you were going to be the only one who was going to come to Tiger's defense. Actually, I think just about every black guy who's with a non-black woman wanted to defend Tiger on this one. Moving on. The next point you made, I was quite surprised at, because it's like you don't have any knowledge of the history between Tiger Woods and black people. You said something to the effect of, whenever a man like Tiger Woods gets in trouble, black people are quick to throw his quote-unquote black ass under the bus. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know he was black now. I seem to recall him being Cablinasian, and didn't you make a video about that? See, you have to go back a few years to see why, if in fact black people did throw him under the bus, why they did it. You see, when Tiger Woods won the Masters the first time, black people were so happy they were celebrating in the streets. Oh, it's the first black man to win the Masters. And what did Tiger Woods go and do? Did he graciously accept the credit for being the first black man to win the Masters? Or did he do like Halle Berry, the first black woman to win an Oscar, even though she's only half black, but she accepted the award on behalf of all the black women who came before her? Did he do that? Or did he do like Barack Obama, who accepts the title of being the first black president even though he too is only half black? Did Tiger Woods do like either one of those two people? No. Here's what he said on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm Cablinasian. Cabo what? Don't hold your breath trying to look that word up in the dictionary. You'll die. But anyway, anyone who knows the history of black people in this country would understand why they would be so anxious to claim anyone who looks remotely black who accomplishes something, especially a first. So when Tiger Woods, who is only a 4th black, I mistakenly said he was an 8th black in one of my previous videos, but he's a 4th black, when he told black people who were so happy that he won that he wasn't black, they felt slapped in the face. Now before somebody gets off on this tangent, well, he can claim whatever he wants. Hey, I'll be the first one to admit that. He can call himself whatever he wants. But you're going to have to understand that when you do that, you're going to piss black people off. Right or wrong. I will say that again because some people are deaf and they have selective hearing. Tiger Woods is under no obligation to claim black. But when you look black and people perceive you to be black, if you deny black, you're going to piss black people off. So now that Tiger has fallen from grace after slapping black people in the face, at least in their perception, some 10 odd years ago, now we're supposed to support him? What kind of coon nigger shit is that, backing up somebody who says that he's not one of us? Oh no, if you're Cablinasian, then you go get the Cablinasians to back your ass up. All 2 of them. So anyway, Calvary, you can't have such a short memory about all this. If black people are throwing Tiger Woods under the bus and are relishing in his downfall, you have to remember what happened when he won the Masters. You can't say it's just because black people are just eager to throw other black people on the bus, because we supported OJ, okay? Your next point, which I already addressed, you said he was half black. He's actually a 4th black. But besides that, what's so black about this guy? I already did a video about his looks, and I'm not talking about that. I mean, he wasn't raised black. I don't think he hangs around a whole lot of black people. Lord knows he wasn't into black women, so where is he so black? If that 1/4 of blackness isn't enough for him to claim black, then it's not enough for me to support him. He wasn't claiming black when he was up on top winning everything, and now that he's fallen, we're supposed to run and support him? Whatever. He's not a black man, and you heard that out of his own mouth. Moving on, you talked about how various other YouTubers were willing to accept the story that the media was pumping out, even though we, the public, weren't there, and therefore we don't know what happened for sure. But then you go and concoct this, and I apologize, laughable story. Ellen Woods running down the street in slow motion with the wind blowing through her blonde hair, kind of like on Baywatch, and she's got the golf club in her hand so she can go save her husband out of this burning car that wasn't even burning. How do you know all this? You tell that story like you were there. If nobody knows but Tiger and his wife and the few bystanders that were standing around, then that includes you. You can't say you don't know because you weren't there and then go concoct a story like you were there. Now, just in case you're going to say that you know this because of the statement he released, well, of course he's going to deny everything bad and try to paint his wife in the best light possible. This is a woman he wants to keep. Even if she did hit him with a golf club, do you think he would admit that? He didn't even admit to the cheating until the evidence started coming forth. Most of the time, celebrities will not admit to something bad unless they absolutely cannot deny it. Now, as much as the evidence does seem to point to her having gone upside his head, there is no smoking gun. There's no tape of it, there are no witnesses on the scene admitting to it, so really, we can't prove it. Honestly, I really don't think you give a real damn about Tiger Woods. You see this as at least a perceived black man with a white woman being attacked by the media, and you want to defend. Just like some black women are so emotionally invested in the story that they are happy that this woman possibly went upside her husband's head, you are too emotionally involved in this so that you want to make him absolutely innocent and everything just was a misunderstanding. Now, if you believe that the only reason that this story is being blown to the proportion it's been blown to is because it's a black man with a white woman, then I wouldn't disagree with you. But then that would only prove my point in that you see this as an opportunity to defend black man-white woman relationships. All I want to say is don't go so far to defend something that you stop making any sense. That story you came up with doesn't sound likely. Now, it may have happened, but I doubt it. Moving along, you read a statement that he released shortly after his accident, quote-unquote, taking responsibility for the accident. You went on to say, this is from a black man taking responsibility for his actions. Well, first of all, he said he's not black, and again, this is from his own mouth. And then you say, how many black women take responsibility? How'd they get about black women? At least ask about how many other black men take responsibility, since we are supposedly talking about a black man. How'd this get about black women? It's statements like that that give you the reputation for hating black women. I'm not saying that you do, but this is where it comes from. See, this news story is about a perceived black man and a white woman. There is no black woman in this story, but you threw one up in there. And not only did you throw black women up in there, you threw black women under the bus up in there. It's like you never miss an opportunity to take a swipe at black women. That's why you get that reputation. Again, I'm not saying you hate black women, but that's where it comes from. Moving on to other parts in the letter. I agree with Tiger Woods that this is a very private matter for him and his family. However, since he is a very public figure, you can't expect to just have the cameras snapping on you when you're donating $1 million to some kids with cancer or when you're winning the Masters. They're also going to want to know when you cheat on your wife and run your vehicle into a fire hydrant. Is it right? No, but it's the price of fame, and I ain't feeling sorry for him about it. With $600 million or however much money he has, he can go buy his own private island and never be seen by the public again. But he chooses to take advantage of the media when he's on TV playing golf and doing those commercials. So when he got caught with his pants down, he can't expect the media to just ignore it. You gotta take the good with the bad. Moving on, you said that half of Tiger Woods knew his people. Well, first of all, it's a fourth of Tiger Woods. He's only a fourth black. Then you said that he knew that black people would relish in his demise rather than come to his defense. Okay, that press release was not to black people. It was to the media and everyone else who was trying to get to the bottom of what happened. Nothing in that letter even remotely appears to be addressing exclusively black people. Again, it appears that you're so invested in this story that you're just not seeing reality anymore. You're adding pieces of the puzzle and taking them away as you see fit. Now, there was one point you made that really got under my skin, Calvary. You talked about how black people probably made fun of Tiger Woods when he was a kid because he didn't sag his pants and he didn't quote-unquote talk black and didn't do this or that. May I ask you where any of these other groups he claims have supported him at all? They don't even claim him. They see him as a black guy. There was a segment on the Chris Rock show where he went and asked a few Asians, do you see Tiger Woods as Asian? They said, not even a little bit. Ask Hines Ward how he felt growing up in Korea and how they treated him. The only reason they accept him now is because he's famous. And after you're done talking to Hines Ward, go talk to Apple Diap from the Black Eyed Peas. Ask him how he was accepted growing up in the Philippines, being half black. Then when you're done with the Asians, try and think back to when Tiger won the Masters the first time, and all those white people were pissed off that a perceived black man had won the Masters for the first time. Including that guy who made the collard green statement. See, he wasn't the only one that was feeling like that. He was just the only one with the balls enough to say it. Black people may have hated on him a little bit because of the way he acts. But the whites and the Asians, the racist ones that is, they hate him for who he is, regardless of how he acts. I mean, even if you were a racist Asian or white person who normally does not accept people who are part black as one of your own, how could you pick a better guy than Tiger Woods to accept? He was squeaky clean, educated, articulate, good-looking, focused, but none of that mattered to them. He could not be good enough for them, no matter what he did. But black people were willing to accept him. Did he accept the acceptance? No. He repped Cobblination. So excuse us if we're not running to his defense. I'll admit that some people are even enjoying his downfall. But a lot of that isn't even because he was part black. It's because he was so damn squeaky clean. Now that we see that this seemingly perfect guy does indeed have faults, it makes him more like us, more human. And I think that's why a lot of people are so interested in this story.